Today is August 20th, 2026. Today, I mean, it's got a little better, but a couple days ago, outside my apartment, some guy was telling some other guy, tell everybody you know not to say a word. They think those two guys that showed up in the restaurant, um, are the two men that Dave hired to kill her. And they think they're terrorists hiding behind a religious group name. Already figured they were the two guys Dave hired to kill me. And they are terrorists. They don't have a bit of God in them. Sitting there talking about selling and killing people casually and want to protect the people that hired the people to kill people and to sell them is pure evil. They are not religious. These people are so ridiculously stupid. It is mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. The people's retardation of stupidity, of people with normal IQs falling for this or participating in it because they tell them, we're going to give you tens of millions of dollars. And the money and the grandeur of thinking that they're going to be wealthier than they could ever imagine. And they're never going to get a dime. They're just fooling these people into helping out. It's called the Nigerian 419. It's not even an original scam. But, it's not even like I live in a ghetto. It's not like I live in extremely poor place. I live in a working class place that people have one or two jobs and they work for a living. We're the lower middle class. And see, that's where the thought we lived in a better area, but apparently we don't. And the low IQ of these people, they called them idiot people, the cartel, for helping out in this. They called them idiots. They are idiots. They're selling and killing people. And they help out. They don't care as long as they think that they can make tens of millions of dollars off of harming somebody. They don't care. These people are so evil here in Ohio. It's ridiculous. And, that idiot in there, he was around me in 18 and Bob Evans on August 14th. He was around me in 18, telling everybody he was running. He shows back up with that little dweeb guy, the short, older, bald guy with a few black strands across his head and black glasses. I remember seeing them together. And he was telling all the big drug dealers how he was running it. And he was in Bob Evans and Alliance, and how Agent John only opened the case to steal from it. That's why he said she couldn't say anything. He can't tell me I can't say anything. See, this is where the retardation of normal IQ people. You have a First Amendment right. No one in the United States, when I started going off in the restaurant about people's rights, this one lady dying laughing. Totally dying laughing. First Amendment, the freedom of speech. If you actually look at the law, no one in the United States can say you can't say anything. Not even a judge. Except for during a jury trial proceedings. It's a First Amendment freedom of speech. What is a jail sentence for an agent trying to silence an informant? It's 20 to life. It's blackmail. Like the Stark County Sheriff said, we knew it was blackmail. He couldn't say it. It can't be in a court order. It's be 20 to life for a judge. He was just bullying me. And when you realize he's just bullshitting people and that's it, he can't tell anybody they can't say anything. He cannot withhold somebody's money. He cannot direct it. He should have been arrested the first day. That's where the police thought he was only acting that way because it's so Twilight Zone. Just like these people having special permission to break in people's homes, an attorney, the police allow them. They don't allow them. The police and the attorney would go to jail like 20 to life. Just like today in Walmart, West House, some idiot woman walked by, I laughed. Oh, that attorney, how did she put it? Scammed you out of $10 million. No attorney scammed me out of any money. Like some other guy said, they better never touch $10 million from our government and stole from the U.S. government. See, people aren't looking at it. They're stealing from the U.S. government. And they better not have. Because what they did with them, where I turn in all that information about Trekasami, Michael Peterson, and smuggling oil in the U.S. in 21, and some lady said that she called down and asked about a shipment. They said it wasn't legit, and they'd look into it. Trekasami, within 2 years, was arrested with 50 other people, selling oil out from underneath his government. I got a world terrorist arrested. There was like a $10 million reward. And they claim they took it. They can't take it. Do you know, with them listening in my apartment and to my phone calls and copying my phone and copying the case, it is considered wiretapping, wire fraud, interfering in a federal investigation. If they took the 10 million, it's minimum of 45 years in jail. They took any of my money, it's 45 years beginning in jail or more. Just like what is a jail sentence for an attorney hired by a husband to set up button cameras in a home, stalking his wife without her knowledge or consent? It's disbarment. It's 20 to life without the drugs, beat, and rape. It's life imprisonment. They can never be in your home. They don't get special permission from the police. It is a right of privacy where this terrorist group tells people they do not have rights anymore. You have a Fourth Amendment right of privacy. Not even the FBI can be in your home. Police and agencies can only be in a home under a threat of life with statements in a court order. They have to have statements of threat of life and agree to protect someone, or they can't be in your home. It is considered not only entrapment, but it is wire fraud, cyber stalking, illegal monitoring, a felony invasion of privacy. Then you go into voyeurism. Then if you add the drugs, beat, and rape, it's human trafficking, rape, drugs, kidnapping, attempted murder, assault with a deadly weapon. It's life imprisonment. See, when people look and at the absurdity of what happened, they should have been arrested the first day. And here it is. You know, I emailed Chief Bruce Lewinsky in Portage County of who is framing him. I let him know where those two guys were in Bob Evans' alliance, that they said they were running it, and they were in there talking about the police letting them break in private homes and and do things to people. No, he's not. I let him know about Henry Mafia's slash that Pete guy slash a dirty doctor pretending to be, and he is Agent John's girlfriend's dad, and they're running a con on me to steal from the government. And that so-called attorney, they checked his credentials on May 9th. And in Myers, they announced it that his attorney's license are not real. His credentials are not real. And he's one of my ex-husband's girlfriend's dad. And it's him. Unfortunately, it's Agent John. It is his girlfriend, her dad. And those two terrorists they hired to run the scam on me to steal from the government. And now they're trying to get the drug dealers released so that they can sue for tens of millions of dollars for false arrest under them defrauding me. Now, I want you to think of Agent John scam. He goes around telling everybody, well, I said she couldn't say anything so she don't get her money. What is a jail sentence for that? 20 to life. 20 to life. He can't silence anybody. He's bullshitting people. And then on top of it, after I called the hotline, before he talked to me, he went to Apostolic Church of Barberton, told 300 people that he knew or more, that he knew I was being drugged, beaten, raped, and didn't care. He knew they were framing me. And then on a recorded line, He admitted he had all those church people in his office, knew they were trying to kill me because Strange made up a lie calling me a faker 15 years before. Did he arrest them for conspiracy and attempt to murder? No, he made fun of me and that he didn't blame them for trying to kill me because some idiot called me a faker. And here he's dating Katie from that church. Her cousin or family member, whoever she is. And it's her dad and his friends running a drug scam on me. Like they said, he knew better and touched my case. And on a recorded line, he makes fun of me for some guy named Pete, and I tape a Weird With Yourself. Found out it's a shower scene in the other room, done by drug dealers, like his girlfriend said on June 26, 26. That in front of the Stark County Sheriff's, the drug dealers they hired to do this to me. So who's that guy sitting in Bob Evans? He's a drug dealer, hiding behind a religious group's name. They're drug dealers, conning people, okay? And that they photoshopped a shower scene. He makes fun of me again for him. Then some doctor I've never heard of. And he's laughing. Stop, she don't know. He knew I didn't know. Because when you find out who the doctor is, who Pete is, who Henry Mafia is, they're all the same person. And it's his girlfriend's dad impersonating him, run the biggest con. This ought to, instead of be called the Bill from the Freemasons big scam, it ought to be called FBI Agent John's big scam, how to steal from the government. And see, that's where, the FBI hired me as an informant to find out who was threatening my life, harming me, and harming others. Well, unfortunately, one of their agents was involved with his girlfriend, her dad, my ex-husband, his girlfriend's dad. Katie, my ex-daughter-in-law, Melissa. And then there's probably a few other ones. And where we could do the other ones that were in that office when they went in there. They knew they couldn't hire anybody to be in my home. And they knew hypnotic drugs. Hypnotic drugs cause sleepwalking, amnesia. They knew they were drugging me up and telling me to say stuff. He knew that. He told people he knew I was being drugged, being raped. And hypnotic drugs they've had around since 1830 and redid them in 1960. They cause sleepwalking with amnesia. You can walk, talk, drive a car, have sex, eat, cook, and you're wide awake and no memory because your conscious is shut down. And the dangers of using them, you could end up dead because you don't have a conscious up to tell yourself right or wrong. And you're just sleepwalking, basically. You can respond, everything. They did it to a U.S. Marshals kid twice. She moved out of the area. Did it to my neighbor Mike. He moved. They did it to my coworker Dar. Hard telling how many others. And these people, there was an Andrew Drabick up there that got arrested, had 7 victims, getting naked pictures of people and then trying to extort money. This group is more violent. They are breaking in private homes, setting up body cameras, having drug dealers hide. And they don't even know they're in their home. Drug them up, tell them to say stuff, and beat and rape them, and then leave them like that. And they come out of it, and they don't even know what happened to them. Never seen or talked to anybody. They're human trafficking people out of their homes. And then running cons on them to steal from them. And we're scaring them into calling the FBI for help. And then Agent John aiding and abetting, bullying people, going along with it, opening cases, and then feeding their informants back to this drug dealers and stealing from it. They need to stop him. And that's where the FBI needs to take authority over this case, that it is their case. They only approved attempt at threat of life case, attempt to murder case, basically, for me to get information on who was behind it. They need to say Kieran's our informant, not his. And of course, if he didn't pay her, she's going to get paid because I'm paid. This is how the case will get thrown out. If I don't get paid, it will get thrown out. And that's where some guy across the street said they're already planning on at least $30 billion in lawsuits for those drug dealers for false arrests because they defrauded her. They need to pay me. They also need, because I researched it, because of the horror I lived through, they need to write up a letter of stating that I was willing to stay up there as an informant while they surveillance me to find the people threatening my life, harming me and others, knowing I was risking my life, personal injuries, possible death, but knowing the FBI would pay me and compensate me, and that other agent was only bullying me. And you sign it, notarize it, you pay me, it seals the deal, and the con is over. And all drug dealers stay in jail. You know, my friend Walter used to work at the prosecutor's office. He had told me, he said, you know, that agent was only bullying you. No, I went over the First Amendment, how it's illegal. The police know they can't go along with it. That only a judge in a jury trial can put a gag order on you. And that's the only time they can even sign anything because of the freedom of speech. A criminal attorney told me at police, Stark County sheriffs were talking about it. He was only bullying me. He's bullshitting people. And see, that's when, that's where you sign that. They pay me, compensate me. It's over. And see, that's where when people stop thinking drug dealers robbing a government of money and then trying to get drug dealers released that killed thousands of people here, that the murders will start back up. And they don't care because they've got this idea of fool's gold in their head that they're never going to get. And these people are just scamming them. My offer is still there. Like investigators said, we wish the FBI would take her offer. It'll fix the case. I gotta upload this.